You familiar with Tankers and Sloyer's account, New York City, 1674?
No, but I'd like to.
The two French missionaries came here, and it's the earliest account comprehensive of all New York City, including some of the outer boroughs, Staten Island. They walked through what were wilderness at that time to describe meetings with the few people living in Staten Island. They described an Indian people. And they did a couple of very crude illustrations of all the sources I could think of. And this is going to be a job, because with the outworlds, you have existing structures, but not to other references. For someone to take that one, as well as, just sort of as that's the best extrapolation for basic extrapolation for New Amsterdam I can think of. Another thing, have you seen the illustrations at the African Burial Ground monument?
No.
You should go and take a look at that and compare it to your work. For accuracy, your own work's considerably more accurate. There were maps for the area immediately surrounding the burial ground. I did research on that project also. And they didn't use well over half of the buildings that were known to be extant above the Palisades.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the sort of the second wall in New York City and the French and Indian wars, I think.
One of the things that I draw upon all the time, and this is it's a remarkable coincidence, is that this experience, this North American experience, New Netherland experience, is taking place at exactly the same time that the golden age of art is taking place in the Netherlands. Rembrandt is working, depicting, these artists are, Willem van de Velde the Younger is working. These are great artists who are seeing the way common Dutch architecture and what maritime life is like in that era. They're documenting it. Those ships that Van de Velde is painting and drawing are some of the ships that are coming here. That's how I know what they look like. It's not a photograph, but it's an artist, a good artist, who can see it and depicts it. Rembrandt's etchings, where he goes off into the countryside and he depicts farm life in the out of the Amsterdam urban area. He shows us what kind of architecture it is. I grew up in the mid-Hudson Valley. My family, there were many farmers in my family, and I know how a farmer works on a barn. It doesn't look like a beautiful, pristine barn by the time they get done with it, because they buy a tractor. Now, it's not big enough to go in the barn, so they cut a hole in it, and stick another roof on. They add some posts. The old roof is falling down. If you look at Rembrandt's drawings and his etchings, you'll see that these are jerry-rigged buildings, and the texture of the model doesn't really convey that. It doesn't convey this fact that some of those buildings had burned and were being rebuilt. They were just a variety of levels of architectural sophistication. And
please come to the front, and so we can get you on camera.
As Firth, another Holland dame, knows, we've had our different groups out to the Wyckoff Farmhouse and Museum, and it's really quite exciting that the family's been there since 1652. The hearth tiles are indeed in place originally. The family there for 250 years. Every segment of the house, as it was larger, is restored to, but the original section is there, and as the family grew and maintained its continuous residence for 250 years until the city and now the Wyckoff Association took it over, each of the rooms are from a different century. So the segment 1652, which almost looks like a shed, does have the surround tiles and original blue Dutch things. So they weren't particularly poor. As you point out, it had a function as well. It certainly Firth can tell you more about the decorative elements.
Are there any questions for Dr.